Yes, boys, welcome to a different video. In today's video, we're going to talk about Arsenal getting knocked out of the Europa League. Now, I know, it's a sore subject, boys. I'm here for you. I'm here for you. As an Arsenal fan, it was rough to watch. 2 injuries. Tomiyasu pretty much only just come back, like it felt like a couple of months ago, and now he's injured again. Saliba, hopefully, isn't out for too long. But I want to talk you through, boys, my sort of thought process in what's happened, what's going to happen, and why I'm sort of the happy medium of getting knocked out of the Europa League. Anyway, right, let's get into this. So, first of all, let's dissect the game a little bit. We got outplayed by Sporting Lisbon. Like, we got outplayed. So, we had moments of good, but overall, the game wasn't great. Like, I'm not saying they dominated or anything like that. The game just wasn't very good. I watched the highlights, and it made it look like we deserved to win. But anyone who watched the game says, basically, for 70 minutes of the game, we had no rhythm. We kept messing up passes. We were just off. We were having an off day. It wasn't the perfect A team either. We played a bit of a mismatch, you know. But, you know, less of the excuses. We were the second tip. We got knocked out. Yeah, so now what this means, boys, after losing the penalty shootout, no beef to Martinelli, you know, that is unfortunate. Penalties get saved. Penalties get missed. It is what it is, boys. But after that, after getting knocked out of the Europa League, we're now out of the FA Cup, out of the League Cup, out of the Europa League, which means, especially the Europa League one, hits a bit hard because we haven't won a European trophy for God knows how long. It's like 30 odd years or something outrageous. So it would have been nice to win the Europa League. However, the bittersweet in that is it means our fixture congestion is now a lot better. We now don't have to play ridiculous amounts of games home and away in the Europa League. But what that does mean is all pressure is now on the Prem. If we go this amazing run that Arsenal have gone on for the first time in years and then don't win the Prem and just get top 4 after not winning the FA Cup or the League Cup or the Europa League, like, it's not good enough. Like, and I'm not beefing Arsenal. I support Arsenal. I back us to win the title. You know, we are playing the best football, arguably not last night, but we are playing the best football. We are the most interesting club to watch, and whenever Arsenal are playing, anyone who likes football goes, Arsenal are playing the best football. We play good football, boys, but there's now, there was already quite a large amount of pressure on the lads to win the Premier League from this position. 5 points clear at the top. And we are still doing it game in, game out. We're the only team in the last 5 to win every single game. Obviously, we had that period where it was a bit rough. We got a draw, we got a loss, we got another draw. And it was like, oh my God, have they slipped? Is it over? Not yet. There are some horrible fixtures coming up. I'm not saying we can't win them all, but there's some horrible fixtures coming up. The agenda now, boys, is for Arsenal to win the league. We need to win the league. If we don't win the league, I think we failed. Because if you're not going to win the league and go on this amazing run, you have to win a trophy in this season. But what this does set us up for is 5 years, potentially, if not more, of dominance in the Premier League. I think we get Champions League consistently for the next 4 or 5 years, challenging for the Champions League, like getting through the quarters, getting the semis, getting to a final. I reckon this group of players, as well as signings in depth, like we need more centre-backs, we probably need a better right-back than Tomiyasu. Like, I rate Ben White, but Ben White, we bought him as a centre-back, so we got Gabriel Saliba and then like Holding and Kivia. They're not A star. They're not in the A team for a reason. They are literally the B team. They are, if we need a centre-back, they get subbed on, or an injury, like Rob Holding got subbed on. But, no beef to Rob Holding. He's not Saliba, he's not Gabriel, and he's not Ben White, but Ben White plays right back, because he's the best right back, because he's better than Tomiyasu, and now Tomiyasu's injured, we have one right back. It's scary. It's scary, boys. I want us to win the league so badly. I'm so passionate for this club. But you just wonder, have we got the squad depth? Up front, up front at midfield, I think we do. We've got what? Up front, Jesus and Nketiah. Both very good. Nketiah, everyone was like, oh, can he fill Jesus' shoes, you know, can he fill his boots while he's been off injured? And yes, he absolutely did it. I think he got the same amount of goals or maybe one less. Like, he scored 4 or 5 goals. Jesus only scored 5 goals. I know Jesus is a lot more lead-up play. He has a lot more to his game than Nketiah. But Nketiah did the job that he needed to do, which is score goals. Right wing, we've got Saka, Fabio Vieira, who arguably sort of plays actually more where Odegaard plays when he's not there. But anyway, that's not the point. Left wing, we've got Trossard. Also up front, we apparently have Trossard as well. Martinelli, Smith Rowe come back from injury. So up front, we have such a good calibre of players. In midfield, Partey, Xhaka. Odegaard. Jorginho was an outstanding signing. He's the perfect squad depth player. Like, that January signing, honestly, outrageous. Him and Trossard, so good. Obviously, left back, we have Zinchenko and Tierney. It looks like Tierney might go. I don't know. There's rumours that he might leave. It's just Zinchenko so good at playing that left back centre mid role, and then they swap with Xhaka so good. Tierney, I think he's a very good player. He's very fast. He's probably slightly less defensively strong, but he's still very good on the ball. I do like Tierney, and he's a lot more of an attacking. He's more of a... it's going to be a bit fraudulent to compare him, but he's more of a Gareth Bale. Like, he's a lot more attacking than he is defensive, whereas Zinchenko is a lot smarter and a lot more defensive. But boys, and also, I back Ramsdale. I know he basically got lobbed 46 yards out. I do back Ramsdale. I think he's absolutely rock solid. I also think Matt Turner's a very solid B. He's not, he's not incredible, but he's very good. He'll do a very good job. But I do think Ramsdale is on number one. I think he's probably top 4 in the league, top 3 in the league. So Alisson probably number 1. Yeah, is he number 2? I guess he might be number 2. But I'm sure people would argue maybe Ederson or Nick Pope. There must probably someone else that I'm forgetting. It's not going to be Lloris. Yeah, that's it really. So yeah, he's top 3. Ramsdale's top 3. What? Alisson, Pope, Ramsdale, De Gea. Roughly in that order, something like that, I think. Or maybe he's above Pope, but either way, he's a very top tier keeper. Keepers make mistakes though, it is what it is. He's not Lloris. But yeah, boys, I wanted to sort of just talk to the camera, talk to the fans, that support Arsenal, that support, the club and want us to do well, and just sort of go, this is my opinion. It's not over. We can win the league. We need to win the league. We've never had such an unreal performance. No club has ever been in the positions we've been in and not win the league. And we've now been knocked out of all 3 other trophies that we can win this season. We have to win the league. So, yeah, boys, I thought I'd just make this, talk to you guys, put it in the comments. Maybe I'm completely off base. Maybe I'm, like, on the money. I don't know. But, yeah, I just wanted to just talk my thoughts about the Sporting Lisbon game, basically. But, yeah, the actual game itself, we didn't play amazing. I think whenever we come up, especially in the Europa League, I don't think we take it seriously enough. I think everyone goes, oh, Europa League, who cares, sort of thing. And I don't like that mentality. Like, we need to be going for European trophies. We don't have one. And I'm not saying it's easy. Like, just because we haven't got one and we still, they're not going to not try. But at the same time, they're probably thinking, oh, this is the season we could probably win the Prem. We'll prioritise the Prem this year. Then we have Champions League, FA Cup, League Cup and the Prem next year. We could go, I'm not saying we're going for the quadruple, but we'll have a more in-depth squad because we'll get more funding from, being either a title winner or top 2, Champions League. We're going to have so much more money next year to put into the club to have a much better squad depth to be able to challenge in all of these trophies and still play an A, an AB, and maybe a B team, depending on what the games are. Where at the moment we have an A team and then a B team. We don't have, our mixture doesn't work at the moment. Unless Kivia and players like this suddenly come through and smash it, it doesn't look like we have a solid... Where Man City have an entire 2 11s, like they have their starting 11 and then they have their starting 11 because they have so many ridiculous players, they can challenge in the Prem and the Champions League and the FA Cup all at the same time. Arsenal can't do that at the moment. We are clearly playing the best football and have one of the best mentalities in the league, but that does not mean we have the squad depth to be able to challenge in all those trophies, if that makes sense. But yeah, hopefully you sort of understand where I'm coming from. I'm just, I'm not beefing Arsenal. I love us. I love Arsenal. It's the best season we've had in ages. It's great to be an Arsenal fan at the moment. But yeah, these are just sort of some of my personal opinions on the actual result. It's not the end of the world. It's a shame, but if we now need to focus on the Prem, we need to lock in the next result to really back the fact that we are a top tier team. Right, boys, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this different style of video. It'll go alongside my other videos, and I'll catch you in the next one.